Now there is 7. Ati durgatakaaritam asyanuttamam evayat etatev swatantatvam aishwaryam bodharupata. Ati durgatakaaritam asyanuttamam evayat ete Satantratam Aishwaryam Bodharupata. Ati Durgatakaritam. Ati Durgatakaritam means this unparalleled. Durgata means which makes possible impossible, and possible is made impossible. What is short sure in your thought, it cannot be. Huh? What is not, you have not think anything of, this can be done. It is done. It is Durgatakaritam. Huh? That means Durgatakaritam. The supreme act. That is Durgatakaritam. Ati means so. Ati means great. Ati. Ati means more, much more. Durgatakaritam. Supreme act. This much more supreme act. I say Anutamam Evaya. That is unparalleled. The Shivas, this Durgatakarya, the act of this unparalleled act, which can't be done by any other agency. Except Lord Shiva. Everything in his own self. He has become rocks also. He has become trees also. He has become everything. If you will act, you can act as human there in cinema. You cannot become a tree. You cannot become a rock. It will be like you can do that. It is Durgata. It is impossible. He has made it possible. This supreme fact, unparalleled act, which can't be by any other agency except Lord Shiva. Ati Durgatakaritam asya anuttamam eva. Anuttamam means which is unparalleled. Anuttam, unparalleled act. Kya? Etatev satantratam aishwaryam bodharupata. And he just disconnects himself from his God consciousness and becomes the universe. He is the universe. He has become the universe. He has himself become the universe. He has become the universe, which this is supreme way of acting. Where he plays the part of rock as well. Etativa swatantram aishwaryam. This is the perfect, glorious play of intelligence. How he does. He parts play of a lady also, a rock also, a tree also. This is intelligence, which is only found in Lord Shiva. Etativa swatantram. This unparalleled swatantra. Aishwaryam. This is glory. Bodharupata. Perfect intelligence. How he has. God, Lord Shiva has sacrificed himself. He is nowhere. He has become this universe. He is nowhere. He has become the universe. He is nowhere found. He has sacrificed his own self and he is nowhere found. This is his intelligence. This is intelligence which is only found in Lord Shiva. Perfect intelligence. Bodhru. Pariyanch. Ati Durgatakaritam Asyanuttamam. Anuttamam means unparalleled. Yet, which Etatheva swatantram aishwaryam. This is his glory. This is his bodhrupta, perfect intelligence. How he does it, nobody can tell him. It's swatantra. It is swatantra. It is independent. Check. He does everything. He makes possible impossible. He makes impossible possible. It was not possible for Lord Shiva to become a limited jiva, individual. But he has become. And it was not possible for individual to become Shiva, but he becomes. Shiva eva grahita Pashubhava. Shiva has taken the form of ignorance. This is the Swatantra. And when he wishes, he can come to himself. This little individual. It is only by ignorance that I am not. It was not possible for Lord Shiva to become individual, but he has become. And it was not possible for individual to become Shiva, but he becomes. When ignorance is gone, he is there. It is Durgata Sampadaka, which is much more Durgata, impossible for others. But no, it is very difficult. No. Parichinna prakashatam jadasya kila lakshanam jadat vilakshanu bodho yatuna parimiyate. Parichinna prakashatam jadasya kila lakshanam jadat vilakshanu bodho yatuna parimiyate. Parichinna prakashatam jadasya kila lakshanam. The limited prakasha rupata is the quality of jada. The limited prakasha. The limited prakasha means limited prakasha. We have limited. Is the quality of jadasya, which is inanimate, insentient, what is called that? That unconscious, which is unconscious, like rock. The limited prakash rupta is the quality of jada. Jada is inert or insentient, which is unconscious. Parichinna prakashtam jadasi. Jad means which cannot move. That is jada. What do you call in English? Insentient. Or you can say inert. Inert. What is the quality of? That is, there is limited prakash. Limited prakash. That is the quality of that. And jadat vilakshano bodho. This bodha. The possessor of Swatantra is bodh. The possessor of Swatantra is bodh, knowing. This bodha, the possessor of Swatantra is bodh. It is totally vilakshan, absolutely indifferent from innate. It is totally indifferent from jada, innate, or insentient. So you cannot recognize him in one way. As he has become itself universal, he enjoys both individuality also. He individuality as rock and universality also. He enjoys both as jada and universality also. He enjoys ignorance because he knows that ignorance is not ignorance in real sense. He enjoys that. Jadat vilakshano bodho. The jada is indifferent from this possession of Swatantra, of bodha. Yatuna parimiyati, which cannot be measured. This bodha cannot be measured. Lord Shiva's bodha is, you cannot, thought should Be in abeyance, then there is entry. This is beyond major. The European think the major only, but it is beyond major. It is measureless. Jadat vilakshano bodhu. This jad is this insane or innate is indifferent. Vilakshano means indifferent from bodha, this bodha. The possessor of Swatantra is bodh, knowing. Yato na parni, so it cannot be measured. You cannot measure him in one way. God is like this, God is like that. You cannot recognize him in one way, as he has become itself universal. Swamiji, what is this eighth? What Swamiji has written? Eighth. It's on eighth. Yes. I can read Swamiji's what. Parichन्न vilakshan parichन्न prakashitam jadasya kila lakshanam jadat vilakshanam bodho yatona parimiti. This is it. Swamiji has said here, now, on the contrary, that state of consciousness which can play part only in individual way. Lord Shiva does not only play part when he is rock, that is when he has taken part of a rock. At the same time, at the very moment he has become tree. At the very moment he has become bird. At the very moment he has become tiger. He has become jackal. He has become man. He has become human being. He has become God. Brahma, Rudra, Vishnu, Maheshwara. All these he has become simultaneously. This is aparichinna prakashatva. So this way he spreads his nature. He expands his own nature. But jad, which is insentient, inert. On the contrary, that person who is jada, who is inert, he cannot. If he lives in such and such place, he cannot live. Simultaneously. He cannot live simultaneously in each and everything. If you are living in Kashmir, nobody will experience your existence in the United States. At that very moment, you can be in after. When you will leave Kashmir. When you go there, you will ignore the existence here. You are not universal. This is not found in God consciousness. God consciousness is everywhere, in each and every way. Whatever is God consciousness. All the time. In present, past, future, he is unlimited. Past is thought. Now, if you by your thought, future is thought, that is imagination. Be in present. Bas. Simultaneously. If you are living in Kashmir, nobody will experience your existence in the United States at the very moment. When you go there, you will ignore the existence here. This is not found in God consciousness. God consciousness everywhere, each and every way, all the time, in present, past, future, he is unlimited. So this limited prakasha, rupata, is attributed only to jada. Limitation is to jada. What is translation of jada? This is the question. Inert, insentient. Unconscious. Paul Bruce. But he has created that. A rock is the creation of God. Swamiji. A rock is creation of God only when it is rock only. When it is rock. Rock is God itself when it is rock also. God is also. God. So they go for puja of this rock. In human beings also, it is God also. Rock in God itself. When it is rock also, it is human being also. It is God also, it is tree also. It is bird also, then it is God. Do you know? Universal way. When it is jada, when it is only rock, then it is rock. And when it is rock also, at the same time tree also, bird also, Dennis also, Bruce also, Ernie also, everybody, and Lakshmanjoo also, it is God. Because it is only God consciousness, only God. In each and every. Vilakshana is, what is Vilakshana? Professor Noli. Noli was there in that session. You know Noli? Professor Noli. He has written so many books. He is very. Some people come to me, where are his disciples? Swamiji, indifferent from that jada. Yatu na parimiti. So you cannot recognize in one way. If you recognize him in one way, on the other, you will recognize him in another way. And at that very moment, you will recognize him in other way. Bruce Fowler. But that is his play. Through that is why he has created differentiation. Swamiji, that is a play. And in this play, he has played this kind of trick. Also at the same time, adjusted trick. The rock has become only rock. Then what use of the rock to him? Then what use is that rock to him? Swamiji, he enjoys the state of rock. A rock individually and universally also he enjoys. But rock does not enjoy. Rock does not. Rock itself does not enjoy because it is limited. He, on the contrary, this is two-way existence, ignorance and knowledge. When there is knowledge, rock is not only rock, then rock is universal. Rock is rock also. Rock is Dennis also. Stephen also. Everybody. Rock is Almira, cupboard also. In that way. When rock is rock, just ignorant, then it is rock, nothing else. It is limited. Crying in crisis, screaming, yelling, sad, not satisfied. But at the same time, God is satisfied in rock. The ignorance aspect, Swamiji, the ignorance aspect, he enjoys that because he knows the ignorance is not the real sense ignorance at all. He knows that ignorance is not ignorance at all. He enjoys that ignorance. This is the reality of Kashmir Shaivism, as explained by Abhinavagupta. He has become everything. He is enjoying this. This is what is both. One who comes to that, everything is enjoy. Now there is 9th.
Tomorrow maybe?
No, yes, well. No, there are 14, 15.
16.
We have done 8.
8. Yeah, the half, right? The half.
We can go to 9th also because it will be clear. 9th we will do today. Evam asya swatantrasya nijishakti vedana. Evam asya swatantrasya nijishakti vedana. Swatmaga srish samhara Surupatena sanstita. Evamasi swatantrasya nijishakti pubedina. Swatmaga srishti samharaha surupatena sanstita. Evam asya swatantrasya nijishakti ubeda swatmaga. This srishti samhar. This creation and destruction, variety of srishti, samar, are existing in Niji Shakti. Swatantra say Niji Shakti. It is his own Shakti. Are existing him Niji Shakti, are his own Shaktis. Niji Shakti Ubvedana, in his own nature, and field of ignorance in also there. And field of ignorance also. They are in his own nature, and the field of ignorance is also there. There is ignorance also. In his nature, there is both. Ignorance is also there. Evamase swatam shakti ubedana swatmagasriti samara. They are in his own self. Surupati in samstha. This is his surupa. This is his surupa. एवं अस्य स्वतंत्र से निज शक्ति उपवेदना स्वात्मगा सृष्टि समाना दिस सृष्टि samar etc all these Swarupatyena samstha. It is his Swarup means it is his nature. It is his nature. It is his nature. This creation and destruction, variety of Srishti Siddhi Samar are existing in Nija Shakti, Upvedana, in his own nature. And the field of ignorance also there. In God there is both good and bad. There is nothing outside. In Muslims there is one agency, Shaitan. Huh? If there would have been bad something else, good else, then there are two. That is duality. In this ocean, God consciousness, everything is there. There is no separate. Everything is there. Ignorance is there and both. To come to that, to overcome that ignorance is also both. This is a Swarup. He enjoys this ignorance also in individual. What Swamiji has written here in this. This is very, because they have put some questions, it is very interesting, it becomes interesting. Which was the ninth?
Night.
Where is ninth? एवमस्य स्वतन्त्रस्य निजशक्तिभेदिना आत्मगा श्रेष्ठ संहारा स्वरूपत्वेन संस्थितम्. So asya swatantrasya, this Lord who is swatantra, all round swatantra, independent, niji shakti upvedana, Swatmaga Srishti Samhara. This creation and destruction, variety of creation, variety of destruction, are existing in his own nature. At the same time, existing in his own way, which is ignorance. Ignorance is also there. In the field of ignorance, the field of ignorance is also there. That is one way. Yes. And at the same time, it is why our masters have explained us to meditate. Why they have told us to meditate. Meditate to find out what rock is. When you meditate, then rock will become universal. Then there is nothing, there is no problem. When there is only rock, there is problem. When there is only Bruce, there is problem. When there is only John, there is problem. When John will come to know that he is universal, there is no problem. Then there is no problem. He is rock also. It is why meditation is produced for realizing the reality of God consciousness in Shaivism. You are everything. This objective world is you. You are. You is not you are. You are God consciousness. You are nothing but God consciousness. Rest is the result of thought. Your name, your status, your bank balance, your education, your name also exists when there is God consciousness. So this Srishti Samhara, this creation and destruction are done in two ways. Creation in the cycle of knowledge and creation in the cycle of Kriya, action, knowledge and action. Creation and destruction in the cycle of action, Kriya. And creation and destruction in the cycle of knowledge. Creation and destruction is the cycle of Kriya, is just what it is. For instance, there is a mountain. It is created. It is created. It is in action. It is in action. It is in action. After 1000 centuries, it will become dust. That is going on. Degeneration. It is one day it will become dust. And it will crumble down. Desert. Swamiji. It will crumble. It will become dust. So it is in action. This is in action. Now, you must have to divert this activity of this created thing into knowledge. Knowledge. Then it will possess the seat of universality. Knowledge, knowing. In that universality, there is knowledge. It is jnana. Purna jnana. Full jnana. So this Srishti and Samhara, creation and destruction, when action is created, knowledge is destroyed. When action is created, knowledge is destroyed. When knowledge is created, action is destroyed. You know how action is destroyed? For instance, if I perceive this mountain, it is in action. If I perceive it in my knowledge of God consciousness, I won't feel that it is in action then. Because after 1000 centuries, when it will become dust, after 1000 centuries, when it will become dust, I will feel that it has taken the formation of dust. It is not destroyed. So it was not in action. It was in knowledge. So this is Vichitra Srishti Samhara. The variation of creation and destruction takes place in this way. How is knowledge destroyed by action? This is the question. How is knowledge destroyed by action? Swamiji, will you tell how knowledge is destroyed by action? Swamiji, as Lord Shiva has destroyed this nature in Jiva Bhava, as Lord Shiva has destroyed his nature in individuality. When we have become individual, we have lost our nature. Lord Shiva has kept him. We don't come to that. As Lord Shiva has destroyed his nature in Jiva Bhava, Pashu Bhava, individual state, when he has become ignorant, he has destroyed his nature, knowledge, by becoming limited. We don't come to that. We are limited in our own thought. So that knowledge then is knowledge of true nature. That is knowledge of true nature. Knowledge, we have to hold knowledge. We have to search knowledge to come to that knowing. But that knowledge is true nature of the mountain. The knowledge that you are speaking isn't how many rocks are in the mountain. Swamiji, when knowledge is there, then there is universality. Universality is rock and also God. Rock is also God. Dust is also God. Everything. It is only out. This is nothing out of God consciousness. Whatever is. Real thought, real knowledge. And there is no difference between that dust after 2000 centuries. That dust and rock. Before 2000 centuries rock, the shape of rock. And after 2000 centuries, the shape of dust. There is no difference between them when there is knowledge. Real knowledge, that is God. Swamiji, that is God. What is the purpose of action? In Swatantriya, it is his play. It is his play. To realize himself. To realize, no, it is just his own play. For no purpose at all. There is no purpose. It is his play. This is very interesting. Swamiji, just play. This is play. Just play purpose. So it is a trick. It is not destroyed this. It is trick of to appear as it is destroyed. This is the pulley. This is the pulley. He is tricky. Lord Shiva is tricky. Swami. Ernie. But you know, so many people in the West have an idea that the God is compassionate and all loving and all understanding. But if you have an idea that God creates and destroys, your ignorance, and if you are suffering because you are ignorant or whatever reason, then what is not able to Swamiji. No, when it is realized, then there will be no difference. You won't feel any difference in being compassionate and in absence of compassion. But there is nobody for God to be but there is nobody for God to be compassionate. Swamiji, no. At that moment, he translates these limited boundaries. He transcends these limited boundaries of dualistic ways of thought. He transcends at the time of knowledge. He comes out from these narrow boundaries. So then, as far as compassion, not compassion, that doesn't exist. No, Swamiji, that exists, but not in a real way. Not it exists in a real way. That exists in a real way, but you have to find out. So God has really nothing to do with morals. Morals. No, that is not a point. Swamiji, that is not the point. No, it is course of beginners to tread. Swamiji says. I know that, but for so many people it is a point. Ernie says, Swamiji. No, it is the course of beginners to tread. That there must be moral. There must be character. There must be everything. It is for us, not when you realize. When you realize it in complete way, then that is sorted. This is Shaivism. Then you come to the point of Shaivism afterwards. Then at that moment, right and wrong has nothing to do. But till then, we have to follow all the rules and regulations of Shastra. Till then. Ethics, all ethics. But no, but the reason I am curious, why do why you have to follow the rules if it doesn't matter anyway? From beginning, he says, he wants us to do everything. He wants to marry again. Swamiji, yes, that is true. It does not matter anyway, but it matters in the beginning. It carries you away from that point of the experience of true position. Yes. Once you realize that experience of the true position, then there is no problem. Then he is self-disciplined. What more he will want? He will dive in that blissful state, and what more he doesn't want? No idea, no race, nothing. He's gone.